This morning on DC News Now, we're tracking mainly dry conditions right now, but with this low tracking its way across the region, that'll provide a chance for a few more rain showers later on this afternoon into the evening, so make sure you do have the rain gear on hand. More details on the timing coming up.
Also coming up this morning, digging deeper into a deadly shooting at Tyson's Corner Center. Why a special grand jury is taking another look at the case.
Plus, the Commanders' comeback, what local leaders are saying about the possibility of the team's stadium returning to the district.
And later, reviving the fountain, the next steps in the reconstruction of a famous spot in DuPont Circle.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good Wednesday morning to you. Your time right now is coming up on 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off this morning with a live look outside. Jackie, look at that. A beautiful shot out there of the National Cathedral. It's a cool start, but not as cold as we've seen in past mornings.
Yeah, which is the good news. And then later on today, we'll see those temperatures climbing upper 60s to near 70. However, like I mentioned before, don't forget the umbrella before you step out because we are going to be tracking a few rain showers developing later on this afternoon. Here's a few of those current temperatures, though. We're into the upper 30s to upper 40s. We're seeing the upper 40s right now in the district, but we're upper 30s right along and south of 66, 39 in Fredericksburg, 38 in Manassas, low to mid 40s farther off towards the north, towards the four-state region. And speaking of the north, that's where we are seeing a few of those showers riding right along that Maryland-Pennsylvania state line. But the bulk of the rain shower threat is mainly off towards the north and east. Now, we do have some more rain chances on the way associated with that low back out towards our west. That'll continue to track its way across the region, sparking up some rain showers into the early afternoon hours. So for the car wash today, I'd say I would wait for another day, and that other day would be tomorrow. Tomorrow looking great for the car wash, but then if you're holding off till the weekend, I would still wait until after the weekend because more rain is on the way Friday, Saturday, as well as Sunday. More details and the timing coming up. But Shanika's here with the on-point look at the roadways. How's traffic this morning?
All right, good start to the middle of your week. Both work zones I told you about earlier in Northern Virginia have cleared. We're on BW Parkway, heading north and southbound right near 32. It looks good. Let's flip over to the maps. But right between 175 and 32, you will find crash activity, and some lanes are still blocked. You still are being diverted off at 175. We have a serious crash and investigation. Now, overall, your beltway is looking good. You're seeing mostly green, and that's how we like things. Through the inner and outer loop stretch, Silver Spring, Prince George's County, over to Montgomery and Northern Virginia.
All right, thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is coming up on 6:02 on a Wednesday.
Let's take a look at your Know and Go headlines this morning. The mayor of New Carrollton says the city's police chief has been fired. David Rice says he was handed a termination letter yesterday. Now, he says that letter said that he was insubordinate throughout several incidents. Rice believes his termination is in retaliation to him filing a complaint against the mayor.
A special grand jury was approved for the deadly police shooting of Timothy Johnson. He was killed back in February after police say he stole sunglasses from a store at Tyson's Corner Center. Police chased him and fired shots into a wooded area outside of the mall.
And protesters were out voicing their concerns yesterday over a data center in Prince William County. Compass Data Centers hosted a town hall meeting for people worried about the facility. Now, the company says it will house racks of computer servers for email, online ordering, and gaming used across the world. Neighbors are against it being built on historic grounds and feel it will cost taxpayers millions of dollars.
And a car crashes into the front of a Papa John's Pizza in Rockville. These right here are photos into our newsroom. Police say this happened at about 10 o'clock last night on Frederick Avenue, right near College Parkway. It is not clear if anyone was hurt or if anyone was inside of that pizza shop at the time. All right, a woman is recovering now this morning after DC Fire and EMS crews had to rescue her from a ravine. Take a look at this. Police say the woman lost control of her car and drove off the road. This happened yesterday afternoon on Piney Branch Parkway. You can see crews working together to hoist her to safety. DC Fire tweeted that the woman was seriously injured but is expected to survive.
All right, more on that story we just told you about. The New Carrollton police chief is out of a job this morning after he was fired yesterday. David Rice told DC News Now he was handed a termination letter that said he was insubordinate in several past incidents. Now, Rice says he was unaware of that until he was let go. He believes his termination is in retaliation to filing a complaint against the mayor.
Today, when they came in, there was nothing more embarrassing than having to be walked out And they escorted me out to make sure I'd leave the property. It's a kick right in the stomach. And because there was nothing to justify it.
4 months ago, Rice was banned from the police department property. Court documents described it as a temporary measure after an employee said she feared for her life during a meeting with Rice. We reached out to the mayor's office for comment and were told the city cannot comment on personnel issues. A special grand jury will now be examining the deadly police shooting of unarmed Timothy Johnson near Tyson's Mall in Fairfax County.
This comes after an earlier grand jury did not indict the Fairfax County police officer accused of killing Johnson. Our Tosin Fakile is live near the mall where this all started in Tosin. So what's the difference between a special grand jury and the first jury that did not indict?
Well, Tanaya, good morning to you. A major difference is the presence of the prosecutor in the room when the officer in the case is testifying, but I'll explain that in just a little bit. But we do want to mention that the request for the special grand jury came from Fairfax County Commonwealth Attorney Steve DeSano, and it's a move that is quite uncommon. Now, assigning the special grand jury in the fatal shooting of Johnson comes a little over a week after a regular grand jury did not indict Officer Wesley Shiflett, who was determined to have fired that fatal shot. About 2 months ago, Timothy Johnson was shot and killed in a wooded area near the mall. Authorities say Johnson stole sunglasses from a store at the mall. Officers chased Johnson into a wooded area, and officials say after officers yelled out for Johnson to get on the ground, both officers fired shots. Now, the regular grand jury did not indict Officer Shiflett because they did not believe there was enough probable cause. That is according to court documents. So what is the difference between both grand juries? Well, in a regular grand jury, prosecutors are not in the room when police officers present evidence and testify to the grand jurors. In a special grand jury, prosecutors are in the room and get to ask questions to the officers who testify. Now, according to VA courts, a regular grand jury is made up of 5 to 7 citizens of the city or county. A special grand jury is made up of 7 to 11 citizens of that city or county. Now, DeSano said he was not allowed in the room during the first grand jury when that indictment was not handed down. Now, according to the Associated Press, Officer Shiflett's attorney is shocked that DeSano has called for a special grand jury. And we want to mention this is not the first time DeSano has gone after a special grand jury in a case. We'll tell you what other incident it happened in and when. But for now, we're live in Tyson's. I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
Tosin, thank you. Your time right now is 6:06. Developing this morning, it's been nearly 2 weeks since 20-year-old Damian Myers disappeared from a diner in Waldorf, Maryland. Now, Prince George's County Police say the homicide unit is investigating. According to police, Myers was last seen April 14th when he left his family home in Fort Washington to go to the Silver Diner in Waldorf with a friend. Police say he made it there but disappeared shortly after. Myers' family says the past few days have been frustrating as they try to cling on to hope.
We're trying to hold on the best as we can, but it's like we need answers. Any parent that has not heard from a child that doesn't normally just not reach out, it's frustrating.
Tough, unbearable. Trying to stay hopeful, but it's hard, Trying to stay hopeful, but it's hard.
Loved ones are holding a candlelight vigil on Saturday at the Silver Diner in Waldorf for Myers. If you have any information on where he is, you're asked to contact Prince George's County Police.
Your time right now is 6:07 this morning. D.C. is facing a shortage of emergency responders. This comes as the district is also dealing with a surge in crime. Now the D.C. Council is working to find funding to reverse this issue. Since 2020, the Metropolitan Police Department has lost more than 450 officers. The Office of Unified Communications, which operates the district's 911 call center, has a nearly 20% vacancy rate right now. D.C. Fire and EMS is also struggling to hire paramedics. Council members say recruitment and retention are the biggest part of why they need this fix. Now, one council member says the mayor's new budget is working to fill those gaps. You can see right here on our screen, it proposes investing $1.2 million in building a DC paramedic school. The budget also includes more than $5 million in hiring bonuses for new police recruits, as well as bonuses for police cadets. And there is more than $200,000 in incentives for new 911 call takers.
This budget is getting us closer to having more of these important positions filled and thinking creatively about building up the pipeline.
D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti recently told our team that the department went almost a year without hiring any new officers. According to Chief Conti, MPD staffing is lower than it has been since the 60s. He also said even with incentives, it could take a decade to get back to full staff of officers. Council members say this is why the efforts to retain workers should be stressed just as much as efforts to recruit.
You could take the 5 worst presidents in American history and put them together, and they would not have done the damage Joe Biden has done.
Former President Donald Trump responding to President Biden's re-election campaign announcement yesterday. Now, it comes as a new poll shows Trump is widening his lead among potential Republican candidates. Nearly 60% of Republican primary voters say they would vote for Donald Trump in a primary right now. That is more than double for anyone else. Meanwhile, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is behind at around 20%, while former Vice President Mike Pence had less than 10% of support from those who were surveyed. Meantime, we spoke with people who live in the DMV about Biden's bid for a second term.
I think it's a wonderful thing. He's a good president. I think he's doing a very good job. Yeah, no negativity.
I don't know if I care about the age so much as the competence. With the presidency, the team matters more, the administration matters more.
A recent AP poll shows only 26% of people surveyed want the president to run again. 47% of them are Democrats. Most voters also said they do not want to see a Biden-Trump rematch.
Well, starting today, an airline called Play will offer flights to Europe from Dulles International Airport. The airline is a low-cost carrier and will offer flights to London, Dublin, Barcelona, and Paris. They are also running a special today on select flights, so you might want to check that out. And looking ahead, tomorrow Montgomery County is holding free Narcan training. You can register by scanning the QR code on your screen. It is there right now. It will be held at the Germantown campus of Montgomery College. Attendees will learn how to prevent an opioid overdose. Free Narcan kits will also be provided.